All right, next up on our CVC Spring Sports Media Day tour is the Grand Valley track team, head coach Curtis Fisher. Coach, thanks for being here along with your athletes. Why don't you start out and just give us a little overview of what we can expect out of the Mustangs this year?
We're looking forward to a good mix of returners and new kids. We're looking forward to the opportunity to compete very well in the CVC. The boys team had a great season last year with the CVC meet, being right in the mix of it the whole time. Girls, with the numbers coming up this year, we're hoping that we can make that same kind of showing this year.
All right, and I'll come back to you after I talked with your athletes. Let's start there. I believe that's Robert Rogers there in the front row, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Robert, just for the folks at home, introduce yourself, name, grade, and what events you plan to compete in.
I'm Robert Rogers. I'm 12th grade, and I plan to compete in high jump, long jump, and 200-meter dash.
Now, you've had a lot of experience, a lot of success so far. Recap what you did last spring.
I made it through districts and regionals, and went and competed at the state track meet in high jump and long jump.
And just having that experience and having another year to come back and maybe kind of perform a little bit better. How much did that kind of inspire you just to come back stronger this year?
It inspired me a lot because I didn't compete as well as I wanted to last year, so it just adds fuel to the fire.
How has your training changed since that state tournament experience?
Not much, just trying to keep at it, keep the intensity high.
And then what are your goals for this year? I have to imagine, it's state tournament again is on your mind, but what are you trying to accomplish?
I'm hoping to place in the state meet in high jump and long jump.
All right, give me some other athletes on the boys teams that have been impressive so far in the spring. Who are we going to hear a lot about this year?
There's another high jumper, Eric Lyda. He's a sophomore. He's up and coming. He's pretty good. And that's about all I got.
All right, sounds good. Good luck to you this year. Let's move to your left. And just for the folks at home, again, introduce yourself, name, grade, and events.
I'm Alex Hunt. I'm in 12th grade, and I do 300-meter hurdles and pole vault.
I got to give you mad props because those 300 hurdles are rough. So, what led you to compete in the 300 hurdles? I imagine that's like you draw the short straw, and that's somebody has to do it. So if you get that short straw, it's you.
I think it's perfect distance, and personally, I don't think I'm fast enough to do the 100 hurdles. So 300's I like the 300 hurdles.
So it's as you mentioned, it's not necessarily about speed. I mean, obviously you have to be fast, but it's more about endurance and being able to sprint it the whole time while still clearing the hurdles, right?
Oh yeah, and having energy to get the last few hurdles.
What is your training like for that event? I mean, are you just running 300 hurdles all day, or is it do you do longer distances? How do you prepare for that?
A lot of times we practice the first few hurdles, and just like a lot of repeated work.
All right, and then just who are some of the other athletes on your team, the girls' side, that's been impressive? Who are we going to hear from this year?
Reagan, she does a really great job. She's like one of our fastest girls we have, and her long jump's really good. And Dixie's getting up there with her speed too. So.
All right. What are your goals for your for senior year this year?
My goals is to make it to state for pole vault.
How much success have you had in pole vault? So first I got to go back because I always love to rag on the pole vaulters because they're crazy. Pole vaulters are just nuts. And I mean that in such a good way. It's so I look at these pole vaulters when I'm covering the track meets and I just don't know how they do it. I would lose my mind. There's no way I would even try that. But what is it about pole vault that you like?
I love everything about it. You get a good thrill when you're running down the track and you get up there and you go upside down like a little fish or something and you flop on the mat.
So you're going to be like a skydiver in your future life, right? Just jumping out of planes.
I actually wanted to skydive this summer, so.
All right. Well, good luck to you this season. Let's move to your left and same thing. Introduce yourself, name, grade, and event you plan to compete in.
I'm Ben Kozet. I'm a junior. I plan to compete in the 800, 4x8, and maybe the 400.
So last year, how satisfied were you with how you performed all season?
I was not very satisfied at all, but hoping to majorly improve this year. So.
How do you stay in shape for track throughout the year? I mean, is that something like basketball? You can go out and play in open gyms, things like that. With track, what do you do to just kind of keep yourself ready for the season?
Well, I run cross country, so that helps with the endurance. But just running like on the weekends will help with the endurance as well.
All right. Any goals for your events this year? Anything you're trying to hit? School records, PRs, anything like that?
Definitely PRs. Trying to get my 4x8 team into the past the district meet and hopefully pass the regional meet as well. But,
what are practices like at track practice? I mean, you guys, is it all business? Do you have fun? What kind of stuff do you do? And be careful, coach is right behind you listening.
It's a lot of intervals and then some distance as well. And basically that.
All right. And what are some of the other guys on the team that have been impressive to you this season? Who do you think is going to have a big year?
I think Bob is going to have a great year. I think Eric could get up there with him. And I think Tanner Lee and Anthony Easton would be pretty good this year as well.
Sounds good. All right. Good luck to you this year. And let's move to your left. And same thing, Reagan, go ahead and introduce yourself for the folks at home, name, grade, and event you plan to compete in.
My name's Reagan Wojcicki. I'm in 11th grade, and I compete in the 4x1, the 2, the 100, and long jump.
Reagan, I want to settle the debate right now. Who's the best athlete in the Boyarsky family? Right?
I want to say me, but it's probably not me.
You don't think it's you? That you got to be a little more confident than that. I think you're up there. You can compete with the boys in your family. So, all right, just coming in. How excited are you for a new season to kind of show what you can do on the track?
I really want to break our long jump record, go to states for long jump. I left a lot out there last year, and I'm ready to come back this season and do better.
Do you have a favorite event? Is it long jump? Is that the one?
Yeah.
What do you like about that, aside from, having to clean your shoes out of sand, all the sand out of your shoes and socks?
Honestly, I think it's just fun to jump in the sand. So it might be the kid in me.
What's been the biggest challenge for you, getting out there and track? I mean, obviously the other sports you compete in, you probably played your whole life. You probably just started running track either in middle school or high school. But how is that development coming? Are you satisfied with how far you've come?
Definitely. I didn't think I was going to be so good at an event in track as I am. Like, I thought I would just be an average kind of runner. So to have something that I'm good in and I can excel in, it's fun for me.
I don't think any Boyarsky has ever said average when talking about themselves. You guys are great athletes, so it's a great family there. Grand Valley's lucky to have you. But so looking at the practices this year, are you working harder than you were last year? If not, why? And if so, why?
Yeah, definitely more time. I played a little softball here and there last year, so I wasn't at as much. So I hope by putting more work into it, we'll have a better outcome.
All right. Who are some of the girls on the team that have impressed you so far in the preseason?
I think Alex Hunt should be pretty good at pole vault this year. And I think we have some upcoming freshmen, maybe Reese Nims, Jocelyn Kozad, who might be pretty good at some field events, some running events, and it'll make our team stronger as a girls team.
Sounds good. All right. Well, good luck to you this season. Coach, I'll throw it back to you. I asked the kids for some standouts or some kids that have impressed them in the preseason. Did they leave anybody out?
I'm going to say on the girls' side, Anna Steinley. She's a solid distance kid for us. They did mention quite a few of the girls that we expect to to do real well. I'll let Coach Carden talk about the boys.
I'm excited. I was hoping to have a little bit bigger of a boys team this year, but I think the athletes that we have so far are solid, strong, and hard workers. We've mentioned Tanner Lee. He's kind of a dependable person for us whenever we need a guy to be in the sprints, to be in the relays, and really to help lead the relay team. He steps in and takes over and does that really well. I'm excited for Eric. He's been working high jump over and over, and he's been getting much, much better. Strong all through the winter, all through our winter trainings. Has gotten a lot stronger, and I think that's going to help him succeed in his distance races as well. Overall, I think we're looking at a good season. I think we have strong athletes in every competition area. People that we tend to forget as running coaches is our throwers. Our throwers are young but strong athletes. We're hoping that they can steal points wherever they can and succeed whenever they can. They've been putting in a lot of work over the off season, and we're hoping to see that pay out this spring.
Either coach can respond or both, but Grand Valley, small school, you don't have strength in numbers, but what you do have is a lot of quality athletes. So, you know, you take the good with the bad there. You'd certainly like a lot of numbers, but I think you've got to be pretty satisfied with just the quality of athletes you have.
I'd say yes. I think the kids are coming each and every day to work really hard. They know we're not the biggest team, but I think that actually inspires them to come and work harder every day to prove what we can do. They push each other, and I'm real proud of what they're doing each and every day.
Having worked and coached in differing districts, it's actually really nice to work with a smaller team. I have an opportunity to more individually get to know each kid, get to know their strengths, get to know their weaknesses, and then kind of more directly plan things to help them overcome some of those areas of difficulty that they're having. I really like coaching a smaller team because it offers the chance to really individualize the training and see the growth in individual athletes.
Outstanding. All right, Grand Valley. Well, I appreciate y'all taking the time out of your day to, I assume you're going to practice now. So thank you for stopping in before you do that, and best of luck to you this season.
Thank you very much.